What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. I would once again like to thank you all for tuning in, all of my loyal subscribers, and those of you who might have just clicked on this video because you saw it, when you clicked on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button at this time and hit the bell. That way you get all the notifications for all my future videos. So this video, I've spoken about it earlier in reference to Umar Johnson and some other stuff, some comments he made, and other videos I've made, light skin versus dark skin and all this stuff. Because it doesn't matter, no matter what goes on, no matter who has it, whatever opinion I may seem to have, or if I diss someone or say something that somebody doesn't like in my comments or whatever, somehow my skin always comes up. The color of my skin, my features. A way to diss, someone of a lighter complexion is to refer to them as white, or you attack them by saying that they're less black. And this is constantly coming up, constantly in the black community, and what's crazy is that nobody realizes that outside of the black community, nobody cares. You're still black at the end of the day, So, this concept of me being privileged as a light-skinned man over a dark-skinned man, I guess, is subjective. Whatever lens you want to look through it, or whatever history you may have experienced, it is what it is. Because I don't know what it's like to be a dark-skinned man and vice versa. It's only what you perceive as what you think is actually going on, which isn't really, it's subjective. It's not really what's going on in that person's life. You have no idea what's going on in that person's life. So obviously this dates back to slavery, this horrible concept, and, the house nigga and the field nigga. As much as I hate using that word, these are terms that were brought about derogatory, that evolved from slavery. So, the paper bag test and things like that have been said. So this apparent issue is many people of darker complexion believe that lighter skinned men or women, but for the purpose of this video is men, is that we're more desirable because we have European features, Eurocentric, whatever, European features. Light color eyes, light skin, and what's termed to be good hair. This right here is considered to be good hair. If that's what you want to call it. This is good hair. My hair is coarse. My hair is thick. Right now it's thinning out because as I'm getting older in age. But it's considered to be good hair. Whatever that means. I think if your hair is more durable and tough and you're not going bald, I think you have good hair, in my opinion. But if you're looking at it from a European standpoint, you have to put chemicals and acid in your hair for it to look more European. Then we have a complex as far as that goes. So I am said, and I'm gonna quote someone who commented and said that I should speak on this, that because of my features, I'm more desirable by women and or black women, as if that, is something. I mean, every man desires to be desired by someone of the opposite sex, but that doesn't guarantee you a good mate, or someone who has their shit together. So that's the first thing I want to point out. But anyway, I'm going to speak about what this gentleman said. He said that you must, if you haven't already, interrogate your light-skinned privilege that has rendered you handsome via us dark-skinned brothers. How your looks, masculinity, and sexuality have been rendered safe and non-threatening for white consumption in social spaces. Whether you want that privilege or not is irrelevant. It has been bestowed upon you and have probably given you some relative social mobility and immunity. So this is giving me some social immunity over a darker skinned male. And I'm going to talk, I want to speak on that because the fact that you feel that I'm more approachable, which is the least thing that I've heard in my life, then that's just me. It could be other people. I'm more approachable by white men and white women, and I'm looked at as being less animalistic or feral as the darker skinned man, or less aggressive as if we're all beasts, as if I won't kill you or give you an attitude or punch you in your face. I'm looked at as, more tolerable or able to speak with because the nature of my skin being more light is, I guess, what he's trying to convey. He said that I'm considered safe, which basically, by the color of my skin, makes me more palatable to lighter people or the, white people. I'm more palatable to the white masses. And that I'm preferred by media, and music videos, which can be true to a certain extent. I can see that how, but I think it's more evident in black media that they tend to use people of lighter complexion in music videos and roles and things like that to promote what's attractive. My racial fluidity, whatever you want to call it, how I'm racially fluid or racially ambiguous, which makes me more marketable than a dark-skinned person, which could be true, but who's causing this? How is it? What privilege at the end of the day do these people have? Do these people, when you look at the grand scheme of black successful people, are there more black successful light-skinned people or more black successful dark-skinned people? When you actually look at these things, what is it? What is it that I'm getting over a darker skinned black man at the end of the day? Am I making more money based off of my skin complexion? I don't think so. Do I get more job opportunities based upon my skin complexion? I don't think so. So this is all subjective or a complex that someone has about themselves. Me, I've been called, and I live in the South, more names by my black brothers and sisters than a white man has. Than a white man has called me. I just was called a white boy today in my comments because this girl said some crazy stuff and I clapped back at her and she called me a fucking white boy. So this thing I've been called cracker all growing up. White cracker, white boy. I've been called Chinese, Mexican, Puerto Rican, all kind of shit, trying to discredit me, even though a lot of people know my mother's black, obviously. But all these things like that. So this privilege, I was more attacked based upon the, beat up, picked on because of the color of my skin. More so by black people. And we find this a lot in, whether you know it or not, in the black community. It's usually the light people of lighter skin who try so hard to impress people with darker skin. They'll do like the most gangster shit or do the most, and regardless of you say how, being light skinned, being emotional and all this stuff, they'll go further beyond the threshold just to impress someone. Same thing with women. Women will sleep with black men just to they'll sleep with black men just to no darker skinned black men just to prove that they aren't stuck up or uptight or that they're actually just not arrogant. They'll do these things. They'll sleep with whoever and whatever just to prove that they're down, or they'll go out of their way just so they don't get attacked to think that they're better than a darker skinned female. They'll go do things that are out of the norm, just go above and beyond just to win that approval, which is something that happens. So I just want to make that clear as far as that. But this brother who commented on the video, he says, I went from being a Sidney Poitier type model minority Negro in my 20s with cropped hair pencil thin mustache and all, to sporting a full goatee and cornrowing my hair in my 50s and a silver hoop earring. It is my fuck you to the hypocritical politics or of respectability. So I get what he's trying to, he's trying to, you know, straddle the fence or be safe as a black man to appear non-threatening. You know, the light-skinned man is often, as I like to say to you, the light-skinned man is often fighting an internal war for approval, as I said earlier, just like the light-skinned woman. He may go above and beyond to win this approval, and he is down for whatever. But we must remember this concept of what is black masculinity. It's the media that's influencing this. And we can't be trapped within the confines of what is determined to be this said masculinity by the media. That means, as far as, you know, the stigma of being overly aggressive, being gangster, you know, just overly aggressive at all times, being a animal at all times, being a savage at all times, which a lot of these dudes who are overly aggressive is, I think, is, in my opinion, is covering up for something. You either trying to hide some femininity, or, you know, some latent homosexuality, or even a lack of confidence. So, as far as the masculinity of a black man, you just be who you are. You don't have to pretend or be overly aggressive, or you feel society thinks you should be, to be able to be acceptable. You know, whether you're light skinned, dark skinned, all this stuff, at the end of the day, you're still black. I don't care. You can look at me. If you believe, based upon my looks, I can be accepted as a white man, I mean, please feel free to tell me. You know what I'm saying? My features, they're considered to be safe and, you know, handsome and attractive by who? Why is that? My eyes, my hair. I got gnats in here. My hair, my beard. You know, these are things that more men notice than women notice. I get more men saying these things to me than women actually say to me, which I feel to be a problem. So I just wanted to address this. You be who you are. Don't be trapped within these confines of masculinity that society sets up, or the media tells you should be, to be gangster, aggressive, a savage, and all this bull. You know what I'm saying? That's not what makes a man. A man is based upon his morals and principles, taking care of his responsibilities. That's what makes a man at the end of the day, regardless of his skin color. So that's all I have to say about that. You know, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links is in the description. Follow me on Amazon. You know, click the bell already if you haven't. That way you get all the updates for all my videos. Like I said, check me out on Amazon. Remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. If you got any questions or any topics you'd like me to discuss, go ahead and email me. The link is there also in the description. And that's all I really got for you guys. Don't ever sacrifice who you are or feel like you need to impress someone, you know. So that's all I got. Peace be upon you all, and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.